The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Orlando Magic at Amway Center. Well, for Orlando, they're struggling through some mid-season doldrums at this point. It's been a ragged patch of the schedule for them lately. And Nicholas Batum, who we'll be watching tonight, just does so much on the floor. Shaq, it seems like he epitomizes what it means to be an all-around player.
Yeah, he's very active on both ends of the floor, with and without the ball. Very important, with and without the ball. He helps win games with his passing, and, you know, he rarely turns it over. Great floor leader out there.
Yeah, he's the biggest threat since my man AK-47, Andre Kirilenko, to go 5 for 5 on any night. That's 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, and 5 blocks.
We're coming at you from the beautiful Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida, home of the Magic. Look at the last game for the Orlando Magic. It was a win against Philadelphia.
The bench production in that game was terrific. Points from multiple sources.
Yeah, everybody that stepped on the floor played and made a contribution, and that's always a positive thing.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Kidd, Gilchrist, and Williams are at the forward spots. Kemba Walker is out there with Batum, and it's Zeller in at the 5. And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. Vucevic with it, coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch 4.
Now here's Payton, following the miss by Chandler Parsons. Vucevic a screen on Kidd Gilchrist. And then Oladipo with the jam.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. And Parsons kicks to Payton. Picked by Vucevic. Payton dishes to Gordon. No good. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. Now, the thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
Offensive rebound. Outside for Batum. The dish to Williams. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And here is Payton. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. The wide open look here for Oladipo. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside, Batum. Offensive rebound. On offense, here are the Magic. And it's Payton. That time on the assist by Oladipo. Payton's got his first basket.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Kidd Gilchrist, the pass to Zeller. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Payton kicks to Vucevic. Dishes it to Parsons. Pass to Payton. He feeds it to Vucevic. Tries from 10 and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. 54 seconds left in the first. And Walker kicks to Batum. Pass to Williams. Outside, Walker. Zeller, a screen on Peyton. 5 on the clock. Walker with it. Now guarded by Vucevic. A nice shot by Zeller.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Peyton kicks to Oladipo. Kid Gilchrist against Parsons. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Down low. Williams can't get it to go.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Parsons for 3. It's all tied. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open court, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. Lee out there with Jeremy Lin. Then it's Kaminsky. Then there's Spencer Hawes. And it's Daniels in at the small forward position. The pass to Hawes. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And guys, Spencer Hawes signed a 4-year, $23 million contract with the Clippers prior to last season. Not sure the Clippers felt like they got their money's worth. He did improve a little bit in the playoffs. There still may be some hope for him in L.A.
Well, I'd have to agree with you, Kevin. I mean, he had some moments, but on the season shot a career low from the foul line as well as in several other areas.
Here are the Hornets with the ball. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
Jennings dishes to Smith. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Fournier, covered by Lee. Clock at 4. Here's Nicholson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
There's a screen. Lynn the pass to Hawes. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Hawes got a pair of triples in the second now for the Hornets.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well versed he is as a coach.
Good on the shot. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
And a chance to check out the numbers for Smith. Averaging about 15 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, Sid, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Offensive rebound. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
And Clifford in his 3rd year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. And he's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Gordon with the screen for Parsons. Kicks it to Vucevic. It's good. This game is all even. Vucevic has got his second bucket of the night.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range, so I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Now here's Walker. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Another miss by Batum. The Magic have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Walker against Payton. Here's Vucevic. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
And a wide open look for Walker. The long distance 3 is buried. Walker's got the game tied up here for the Hornets.
Pretty looking shot up.
It's all tied in Orlando. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports.
Welcome back. Payton kicks to Oladipo. The feed to Gordon. Oladipo with a screen on Kid Gilchrist. The jump hook, and Vucevic with the basket on the assist from Parsons. 9 points for Vucevic. Walker against Payton. Picked by Zeller. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. Shot clock at 6. And Charlotte again with the bucket. On offense, here are the Magic. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
And really just a bad loss, no other way to put it. I mean, they maybe overlooked some of the bench players because those reserves got loose offensively.
I agree with you. I mean, the points off the bench, that disparity was decisive. You've got to have all hands on deck for this one.
Williams has gone 1 of 4 from the field. Vucevic a screen on Kid Gilchrist. And Parsons gets it to go. And the Magic lead by 2.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D. And a moment here to see the numbers for Batum. Averaging about 16 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Smith comes in for Parsons, and Evan Fournier subbed in for Victor Oladipo.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Gordon kicks to Fournier. Screen by Smith. Pass to Payton. Shot clock at 5. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And for Aaron Gordon, so much fanfare entering the 2014 draft, selected 4th overall, which was actually a couple of slots higher, I think, Greg, than many experts thought.
I agree. And, you know, a lot of people obviously liked him, but Orlando clearly loved him and had very high hopes for this young man. And, of course, the injured foot, only 11 games a season ago and never really got back on track.
The Magic making a switch here. Napier's checked in. Feeds to Lee. Over to the wing. Screen by Lee. Now here's Lynn. Tight defense on him. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And, you know, getting back to Aaron Gordon, his defense is really what had scouts most excited. He has the rare combination of strength, lateral quickness, and ups to defend multiple positions.
And talking about Aaron Gordon, everyone knew coming in that he was kind of unrefined.
Take a break.
You're betting on his upside and hoping that he develops a consistent shot. And, boy, if he does, you're talking about a guy who could become a perennial all-star.
And that one falls for Lynn. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
And talking about Lynn last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective, and I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. He kicks it to Hawes. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. Lamb with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. Pulls it up. No good from Lamb.
And, you know, getting back to Lynn, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. Hawes finds himself wide open and drills it. Hawes got 8 points. Orlando leading.
And not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You've got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
Charlotte has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. 17-foot shot on the way. No good from Lee.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Napier passes to Vucevic. That's tipped. Lynn. It's off. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Magic lead by 2. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Charlotte trailing. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Kidd, Gilchrist, and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in at the 5 spot. And stolen by Payton. And now Orlando on the break. Lays it in off the breakaway. Payton's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Orlando. Hornets trail by 4. To the paint, here's Walker. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Back to Payton. He dishes it to Oladipo. Parsons with a screen on Batum. They set the screen. Payton kicks to Parsons. Here's Nicholson, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Nicholson's got the lead up to 4 now for the Magic. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And it's Walker penetrating. Good.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
way up and over the big guy. And what a time in the ball game to make it happen.
Oladipo outside. Out left to the wing. Nicholson kicks to Oladipo. Just 3 to shoot. Releases. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Now the dish to Walker. Zeller setting the pick for Walker. To tie it up. A rebound by Hazanya. The Magic have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Parsons. Dishes it to Nicholson. And a missed layup.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
The kick out to Walker. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. And that's 12 points now in the game for Walker.
You know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. He told his players, guys, we're letting opportunities slip away in transition. Let's push it up the floor, look to score some points in early offense. Kevin, can they pick up the tempo?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Charlotte has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Batum dishes to Walker. Out of hand on it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo.
Hornets ball. Welcome fans to the FIBA World Tournament.
Hornets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Walker's shot is off. Orlando trailing here. Payton right side. Pass to Vucevic. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, 9 points, and they've got to be happy with his work on the glass, too.
They really do. He is not giving up any ground in the paint, and when the ball goes up, you know he's going to be there to fight for it.
And he ends up making the second, and that ties the game up.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Payton against Walker. And Zeller kicks to Walker. Williams a screen on Payton. And it's Walker penetrating. No good off the front iron.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Here's Payton. Yes!
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Still a chance here, but they need to score.
I really agree, but it has to happen on every possession. They need points every trip.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Chandler Parsons.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Outstanding work at the foul line to make this a 2-possession game.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. And play stops as it looks like they call it over the back here.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul. Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
19 seconds left in the game.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Then maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
And that's an intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Here's Daniels, passes to Lamb. They need this. Misses. And so it's Orlando winning this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
Well, Nick, what can you point to?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Vucevic. Let's get your opinion, Shaq.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet